Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare with more Raptor. Welcome to the outer regions. Welcome to the moon. Also welcome to much imminent destruction. I mean, we're still fairly early on in the outer reaches, and for some reason they're wimpier, I guess I could say, than say the last part of the last sector. On the other hand, there's a rather frightening amount of things to destroy. Now that I finally figured out how to quick switch to bombs, however, it also explodes very rapidly as well. Mindless amount of missiles. I'm kind of taking a beating here at first. You know, I kind of gotta wonder exactly how many people am I killing by doing this? I mean, these are entire self-enclosed installations, and I am blowing the hell out of their roofs. So there is someone dying very horribly inside there. Anyway, time to blow up more stuff. I believe I said earlier that I have something to waste time with. Well, sadly it doesn't waste all the time. So you're going to have to bear with the silence for a while longer. Plenty of things exploding though, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for you, right? You know what I love? Bosses that explode immediately. Next up we have the wasting time bit. So have a listen. Paul wanted to get away from it all, so he set off to explore the world. After having a fine time in Europe, a couple of great months in Spain, he ended up in the Amazon. Wandered around for a few weeks, and then decided to really explore it. He walked for miles and miles, eating fruit and the animals he could catch, and getting quite happily lost. He did have a slight run-in with a crocodile, but he managed to escape and carried on. He found a stunningly beautiful area and set up homes there for a while, building a nice little cottage out of wood, learning skills that he never dreamed he would. After living in his new home for 3 months, he was beginning to feel lonely, so he headed off again. This time, he made deliberate progress, following the river along, moving quickly to find some companionships, earthly contact. He ate well, catching the fish, but the fish were no good compensation, and he was getting desperately bored. After a couple of weeks, he saw a large building. He went and knocked on the door. monk opened it. "Hello," said the monk. The monks went on with being friendly and saying hello. "Hello," said Paul. "I'm Paul." "Do come in, Paul. Our monastery is our monastery. Anything you want, just ask. But we are about to have dinner. Won't you join us?" "Love to," said Paul. Dinner was a feast, the likes of which Paul had never seen. The wine was magnifique, and Paul hadn't had any alcohol for many months, and he ate like a pig. After dinner, with all the alcohol flowing through his blood, Paul needed some sleep. The monk showed him to his room, and Paul slept like a baby. The next morning, Paul awoke, feeling like a new man. He went and found the monk. When he saw him, the monk said, "If you want anything at all, please just ask." "Okay, I'll have to think about that," said Paul. "Really," said the monk, "it would be a pleasure for us to supply you with anything that your heart desires." Paul spent the next few days enjoying food and wine, going with the monks to pray, and then, when he had plenty of time to think about it, he had a quiet word with the monk. "Can you really get me anything I desire?" asked Paul. "Anything at all. You name it, and we will get it for you." "Okay, if you're sure," said Paul. "I would love a hairdryer, a Macintosh, 7 candles, a sheep, some butter, a pair of Doc Martens, and a goat." "Let me get this right," said the monk. "You want a hairdryer, a Macintosh, 7 candles, a sheep, some butter, a pair of Doc Martens, and a goat, please, and a white sheep, not a black one, if that's okay." "A white sheep? Okay. No problem. But it might take some time." The next 8 days went by with good food, good wine, prayers, and no sheep. On the 9th day, the monk went up to Paul and said, "Well, it was hard work. We've got you a hairdryer, Macintosh, 7 candles, a white sheep, some butter, a pair of Doc Martens, and a goat. They're all in your room." "That is great," said Paul. "I'll go check them all out now." An hour later, he found the monk and said, "I'm sorry to trouble you, but the hairdryer doesn't have a cold air option. Is it possible to change it?" "Of course it is," said the monk. He wandered off, muttering something about not being a bloody walnut. The next day, Paul found a new hairdryer outside his door with a cold option. He was ecstatic. The monks didn't see much of Paul for the next few weeks, but they heard some very odd noises from his room. After about a month or so, Paul announced to the monk that he began to think about heading home. "Okay. Well, thank you for visiting us," said the monk. "I miss you all. You've been so kindly, treating me like a long son, feeding me, supplying me everything that I desired. How can I ever repay you?" Paul asked the monk. "Well, there is one thing," said the monk. "I would love to know why you wanted a hairdryer, hot and cold air, a Macintosh, 7 candles, a white sheep, some butter, a pair of Doc Martens, and a goat." "Oh, the hairdryer, hot and cold air, Macintosh, 7 candles, white sheep, some butter, a pair of Doc Martens, and a goat. Well, can you keep a secret?" "Yes, I can," said the monk. And he did. boss explodes all at once like that. See you all next time.